One's preventing a war and the other one's preventing a hostile takeover? A less than hostile takeover? They just kind of pretended she was dead. General Raubahn says they may have uncovered the Sultana's whereabouts. And he wants you, by which I mean both of you, to go to the Waking Sands right away and help with the investigation. Come, Tegan. Pressing through Ishgard's plight may be our presence. Pressing though Ishgard's plight may be, our presence here will not serve to hasten the Manacutter's completion. Let us return to the troubled lands of Thanlan and lend what aid we may. Tataru, have our friends at the congregation sent a message to Estinian? Tell him we have identified a solution to our problem, but that it may take some time to prepare. As you wish, Master Alphinaud. To the Waking Sands, Warrior of Light. 'Tis past time Uldar was delivered from this darkness. To the Waking Sands. I'll go this way instead. I'll go this way, it's a little bit quicker, I think. If your loading times are decent, this way is quicker. And of course I say that and then my loading time goes, no, what if I don't want to be decent? What if I want to be unruly and unreliable? No, it's not the... Well, I just added an extra loading time to my whole thing, so this way we may now be less efficient. But I've already started now, so tough. There we go, not too bad, all in all. Are you gonna finish spinning? No, I don't think it is. Come on. There we go. And that's why this way is more efficient. Because if you go the other way, you end up having to run a whole bunch from Horizon. Whereas this way, you can do a short little jaunt, which is never bad. Thank you for coming.
No thanks are necessary, General.
Oh.
I trust your recuperation continues apace.
I cannot complain. Thanks to Higiri and her ministrations, I've regained much of the strength I lost during my imprisonment.
I gather you have made progress in the search for Her Grace.
Aye, some good fortune at last. A few days past, Dulala informed us that a sizable shipment of alchemical supplies had been delivered to the palace.
With Papa Shan's assistance, I set out to ascertain the source and nature of the shipment. My inquiries led me to Frondale's frontistery. There, I learned that an order had been placed for a curious substance designed to sustain patients trapped in death-like slumber. An invention of the former head alchemist, apparently.
death-like slumber. This cannot be a coincidence.
It lends some weight to Dulala's claims, aye. Her Grace is likely somewhere within the palace, abed but alive.
Before making any attempt to extricate the Sultana, however, it seemed prudent to learn what manner of substance was used to induce her torpor. To that end, I made inquiries as to the whereabouts of the one most like to have administered it. The lady-in-waiting, Meriel. We sent for you as soon as we learned of her location. All that remains is to apprehend the woman.
We shall find our cat's paw in the Silver Bazaar. But we must tread carefully. The market is not the bustling place it once was, and someone is sure to mark our coming. Should they inform the monetarists, we'll have a fight on our hands. We must be prepared for the worst, and being short an arm, I thought it wise to take another in its stead. What say you, warrior of light? Will you lend me yours? Then I pity the bastard that stands in our way. Come, my friends, for Nanamo, and for Uldar!
Yeah. What Rauban said. For Uldar! Our target is Meriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting, a woman of Midlander heritage. I am told the two of you have met. Our sources indicate that she left the palace shortly after the incident and quietly rejoined the dwindling population of the Silver Bazaar. I suggest we begin by questioning the market's residents and confirm that Meriel is still in hiding there. That seems like a reasonable course of action. One that we will definitely go with. Meriel? Aye, she's here. Left the city for good, she says. Barely leaves her house, though. It's the one closest to the market entrance. I mean, Danielle just literally told us where she was. I don't really know if I need to go talk to these other two. And what brings you to our lovely little hamlet? I believe the arrival of your entourage has just about doubled our population. Looking for Meriel, you say? If you're hoping to lure her back to Uldar, you may as well give up now. The girl's done with city life. Do I know of any returning residents? Gods, don't tell me they're starting to come back. My masters will not be pleased to hear of this. Why not? Hi, Meriel. I found you.
You are Meriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
know no one of that name. Pray excuse me.
Yeah.
General Alden.
You're not going to be getting past him.
We will have the truth from you, girl.
Mayhap it would be better coming from me.
Well,
Lonorito, you best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartono Reclamation Bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. Was plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Mariel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison. You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan. I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
yeah. I don't like you still.
Knifing little worm. You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve.
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Braves' initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution.
Yep.
Ah, Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire.
I mean, yeah.
Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed. Alas, Ilberd's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended. Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive. And preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teledji Adeledji without trial? Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law.
Yeah.
If you would, Lord Lolorito?
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation. You will find her grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
That's not how that works. Like, going...
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you
Give me a
saved
second.
the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
Being a hostage and making your captors take you to your own house where all of your allies are is not how being a hostage works. Because that scenario very quickly turns against the captors. I missed that whole voice line. Sorry about that. I was clicked off Final Fantasy checking a quick update. He's been through a rough ride, old Raoban. By the 12, I feared Lord Lolorito's arrival would herald another bloodbath. Little did I suspect that he of all people would gift us the means to rouse the Sultana. Shall we also make our way to Uldar? I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. Oh. I was like, who on earth is Bartholomew? He's one of the Sultan Swan Knights. I think they're just called the Sultan Swan. He's one of the Sultan Swan who... he's the Sultan Swan that guards the palace. The Sultana's chambers. Just realised we put all of this in the huge black mages area. It's like a bunch of giant towers sticking out of the ground. The halls of the Thaumaturge. Run! Run! Flame General Raoban mentioned you might be coming. Please, this way if you will. She's okay. Nanamo. With that little stuffed chocobo and a little stuffed mogul. Yay!
I was having the longest dream.
Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands.
Is he just gonna, like, not tell her that he lost an arm? And all of the stuff that I guess he'll eventually fill her in on everything that happened. But he can't really carry her around anymore, because he used to do it on that arm that he's now lost. So yeah.
Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she is none the worse for her slumber. I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Uldar into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition. 'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona. Oh, wait, I have it. The Agrias. Yes, well, it would appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle. My lords and ladies, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Teleji Adeleji and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
Yep. Waited for perfect timing for that.
Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed. Uldar has taken control of its future, and I must do the same. I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves.
Yes, I thought you would have already done that.
Among the recruits, there were those who supported our Order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely.
Yeah, it's kind of unlikely.
My all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single, unified Grand Company of Eorzean. That so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption. As ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship, and give mine all for the cause. Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more.
Okay.
The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alphino, proud member of the Scions.
Good. Yes, good. Like, I thought you would have broken apart and disbanded the Crystal Braves back when they betrayed you. But I guess you just never did it officially and were hoping that the other people would keep doing good work. I blush to speak thus of my inner turmoil, but the fact remains that there is no woman alive in whom I would rather confide. Were it not for your shining example, I might never have emerged from beneath the pall of my despair. Well, I'm happy to help. Still no word from Master Garland. I hope this mana cutter of theirs is nearing completion. I am assured her grace will make a full recovery. Aye, and Uldar too shall flourish once more. General Rauban and his colleagues have matters well in hand, I believe. Lady Yugiri, a question if I may. I believe your people have been keeping a close watch on the Crystal Braves. Might you know how things stand at the Rising Stones? Ah, yes, of course. You will be pleased to know that the 3rd Unit Braves abandoned Revenant's Toll when they learned of Captain Ilberd's defeat. The only blue uniforms to be seen there now are those worn by soldiers loyal to you, Master Alphino. To me? I see. I'm grateful to hear that at least some of our members were true to their oaths. Ere we return to Ishgard, I must go to the Rising Stones and thank these stalwarts for their service. It shall be my final act as Crystal Brave Commander. Will you join me, Tegan? You were there at the company's inception. It is only fitting that you be present at its end. And I would appreciate the support. What if I just never went? Crystal Brave lives forever. But then that means I'd have to abandon the story, because that's the story mission, is to go and disband the Crystal Braves. And I'm not doing that. I've got so much story to do, and it's really good. All the story from this point is so good. I mean, the story up to this point has been really good, but the story from this point... Whew, there's some solid world building and character building and new characters that we haven't even really met yet. Commander, you're alive. And Deegan too. I knew you'd scrape through. My splendid Crystal Braves, I have wronged you, all of you. My promises of glory and salvation brought you naught but blood and betrayal. Bah, you'll learn it. You'll not hear us complaining. 'Twas a sight messier than expected, aye, but we were still fighting for the freedom of all, just like we swore. Ain't that right, mates? You humble me. I am truly blessed to have such steadfast comrades. It is with the most profound regret, then, that I must... That's enough of that, Commander. We know what you're a mind to say, and we ain't having none of it. We've talked it over. See? And we're all agreed. We can take our uniforms and strip us... You can take our uniforms and strip us of our rank, but we won't be no less of a company. But the Crystal Braves... The Crystal Braves may be finished, but the ideals upon which the company was founded live on. They bind us to each other, and to you. Commander, Alphino, our minds are made up, so you may as well get used to it. Let us help the Scions. Let us help you find Minfilia and the others. Yeah. My friends, after all that has happened, I know not what to say. Pray excuse me. I had thought my tears spent. My grandfather used to say that one could measure a man by the consistency of his comrades, by the constancy of his comrades. Mayhap I am the exception which proves the rule. Nay, do not protest. I know that I am not worthy of their loyalty, Tegan. But as Thaliak is my witness, I shall do everything in my power to earn it. I must speak of future plans with the remaining Braves. Any information we uncover on the missing Scions will need to be shared with our allies across the realm, specifically Urianger in the Waking Sands and Tartaru in Ishgard. While we are organising our various channels of communication, I would ask that you call upon Master Garland at the Manufactory. I will join you in Ishgard as soon as I am able. See you around. Whoosh. Ah, Tegan, how in the seven hells do you do? How in the seven hells do you do it? I was just about to send for you. We have but this moment completed the Manacutter's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments and she'll be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to Fortomp's Manor. A dragoon by the name of Astinian was looking for you. Tartaro, did you forget to tell Astinian that we needed some more time? Welcome, Mistress Mason. Shall I show you? Shall I show you inside the manor? Hi, Astinian. You have fulfilled your obligations to the Aldans, then? Mistress Tataru has been keeping me appraised of the situation. Once I learned that these manor cutters of Master Garland's were nearing completion, I saw no reason to tarry in the mists. For the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the Eyrie, plotting his revenge. Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Sir Amaric? I think we have kept him in the dark long enough. Right. Yeah, we can turn around and tell him that we kind of failed. Sorry, buddy. We talked to Racevelga. Racevelga had none of it. Dropped some lore on us, which Astinian didn't like. And then we came back to find a way to go fight Nidhogg. Because I guess that's what we're going to be doing now. Sir Amaric has been eager to speak with you. Pray proceed. Thank you. Lucia.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
The moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the Marnicutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The Eyrie is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphinaud's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Astinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Racevelga.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they
True.
would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the Eyrie represents the city's best chance of survival? Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no.
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander. What? You too, Master Alphino? By the Fury. You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
So who's coming with us, Estinian?
Appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Well, my friend, it would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
Yeah, probably. I have pricked Master Alphino's pride, I fear. But had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the Eyrie. Do not think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphino will make a fine field commander. But one does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without the added worry of carrying a novice. Yeah. We've tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of the Mana Cutters. Yep, we'll go grab the Mana Cutters and then head to the Eyrie. But before we launch into the Eyrie, I will probably go for a break. So, thank you so much for tuning in for the first part of this stream. I hope you all had a great time enjoying and watching. I will keep the stream going with the music like I did yesterday while I take a lunch break. And make sure you all hydrate, have a stretch, have a wander around, get some fresh air, eat some stuff if you haven't been already, because I know I've been snacking while I've been going along, and pop to the loo if you need it. But we will just get back to the Eyrie first. Tegan, old friend, the cutters are ready when you are. The finer adjustments cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you get to where you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties will tear through that wind barrier like a cement drill through cottage cheese. Oh, why are you using a cement drill on cheese, Biggs? That's not what you do with a cheese. You don't treat cheese like that. And that, my friends, is a Garland Ironworks guarantee. You have our thanks. Come, Warrior of Light, the dread worm awaits. Yep. Airy now accessible. Oh, nice, and the entrance is here. Cool, so yes, we will take a... Ooh, let's say I will come back at 2:15 GMT. Yeah, I will come back at 2:15 GMT, we will have a break, and then when we come back we will continue into the Airy battle with Nidhogg. Probably get to this fight with the Bismarck, Bismarck? That I thought was the next primal fight, but apparently we're going to fight Nidhogg first as part of the Airy. I think we fight him again later, but this is just like the... You confront him. I don't know whether we beat him here or not. I thought we did, but I could be misremembering. So, break time. I will see you all in a little bit.